Hello guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be platinum Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm just going to take one playthrough. It's a 5 out of 10 difficulty and 200 plus hours, although it's going to take more than that, I know. 33 single player trophies and 18 online trophies, leading to 52 for the platinum. We're going to complete this with the stories and missable trophies first, then clean up, and then online trophies. This game, in my opinion, is probably the best game ever, so let's get right into it. Meet up with a gang when they're on the run from the law after a job goes wrong in Blackwater. We will also get to meet a playable character, Arthur.
I found a place where we can get some shelter.
After a small cutscene, we're into chapter 1, Coulter. Where we finally get the gang into a warm place and Dutch gives us one of his inspirational speeches.
Get yourselves warm. Stay strong. Stay with me.
After so, we head out to see if we can find some supplies. We end up running into one of the gang members, Micah, who tells us he's found something.
Found a little homestead down that way.
As such, we head towards the homestead to see what it's about. Dutch works his magic to see if he can get some supplies from the homeowners. But it turns out to be a problem.
There's a corpse right here.
We will have to spring into action to save Dutch. After the shootout, we can finally go into the house and look at the supplies.
Grab as many supplies as you can.
This gives the game to show us we have an opportunity to pick up absolutely everything in front of us, whether it be food or coin purses. After getting jumped in the barn and dealing with it, we find out there was a woman in the house.
We mean you no harm.
After the house accidentally burns down, we get Saidla back to the camp. We finish the first mission. After a good night rest, we move on to the next mission, enter Pursued by a Memory. But Abigail wants us to go and find someone we know very well from the first Red Dead.
It's little John. He's got himself caught into a scrape again.
Even though we contested, us and Javier end up going out to try and find John. We end up exploring a mountain and finally find him on the edge of the cliff.
That's quite a scratch you got there.
After they finally get him back to camp, he's even still getting the blame for almost getting killed.
This is a new low, even by your standards.
After earning our first trophy of a game, the rest of the first chapter is pretty much us just learning the basics of a game, including hunting, skinning, and just any kind of combat we can get. After a few run-ins with O'Driscolls and robbing a train, we're finally ready to move. Uzziah thinks he's got the perfect place.
I told you we should set up camp in Horseshoe Overlook near Valentine.
And that's exactly what we do. We move into Horseshoe Overlook, and we also get a second trophy for completing chapter 1. In chapter 2, we're introduced to all the free roam activities we can complete, as well as a story mainly dealing around a Valentine town and what mischief we can get up to. Mainly trying to make money for us to escape back west.
So, while the rest of us are busy stealing, killing, lying, fighting to try to survive, you get to think all day.
Yeah, it's a strange world we live in, Arthur Morgan.
Shortly after, finally get to see what Valentine's is all about in the next mission. Small farming town. We do end up completing the said mission with a gold medal, which we need for the Gold Rush trophy. Throughout the game, we'll be trying to get as much gold medals as possible to make this easier. Also throughout the game, we've got a few missable trophies, which we'll have to complete bit by bit on each chapter. The ones you're seeing on the screen are missable, and if we do miss them, we'll have to play through the whole story again, so I don't plan on doing that. They include breaking and entering into a certain amount of houses, as well as putting an amount of money into the box, completing the amount of companion apps in each camp, as well as getting any items the camp members ask for. After that, we make sure that everyone knows that we're in Valentine's.
Are you about to kiss that guy or punch him?
Where we find out that one of our members of the gang are still in Blackwater.
We left a lot of money there.
And young Sean, it seems.
Gone. You found him.
Yes, I have.
Which leads us to the mission, The First Shall Be the Last, where we find out how we're going to rescue Sean.
Sean is being moved up in Upper Montana, then to a federal prison out west.
Which leads us to following the bounty hunters to where they're keeping Sean and clearing out the mountains and the camp. Which leads us right to Sean. We can cut down from a tree and take him back to camp.
Do we get a hug, Arthur? A warm embrace for a lost brother now found.
As soon as we get back to camp, it turns out Kieran, the O'Driscoll, has some information about the O'Driscolls, but he needs some persuading.
Oh, don't worry. You're only balls, boy. Just gonna cause you trouble. Well, is all.
Okay, listen. I know where O'Driscoll's holed up.
After that, we travel to the cabin to find out if Colm is there or not. After clearing out the camp, we get to the cabin and almost get killed. Kieran ends up saving our life. Shortly after, we check the cabin and Colm isn't there.
You alright?
Sure. Thank you. Colm O'Driscoll. He ain't here.
Shortly after, we get back to camp and it turns out Lenny is back from his adventure.
They got Micah! Dutch! Arthur!
What's going on?
They got Micah. He's been arrested for murder. He was in Strawberry.
It's okay, son. Breathe. Take that kid into town. Valentine, not Strawberry. Get him drunk.
After Lenny tells us the news, we're ordered to take Lenny into Valentine's to get him drunk, to relax him. This turns out to be one of the funniest missions in the full game. Shortly after we dry out, Strauss has got us some debts that we need to collect. We end up collecting 2, but this one doesn't feel the same.
You borrowed money from my business partner, Herr Strauss. You owe him, you took the money. He wants it back, what's not to understand? Where's
As soon as we get back to camp, John has a proposition for us.
Mary Beth overheard something about a train full of wealthy folk going down through Scarlet Meadows just south of state border.
Ends up telling us a few ideas how we can rob a train.
Of course. We get a wagon full of something flammable, oil.
After getting the wagon full of oil, we end up doing the train robbery, just like something out the movies. After stopping the train, we end up taking everything off of everyone on board, but of course, that doesn't go right. We end up in a massive shootout from all the law in the area. After so, we make a quick getaway and split the money.
Whoa! That was fun, boys.
Shortly after, we end up donating more than 250 into the loot box, getting our first Missable trophy of the story. Shortly after, we end up doing a favour for Abigail and taking Jack fishing. Whilst doing so, we end up running into 2 agents, Agent Milton and Agent Ross. It turns out our time and Valentine might be short-lived.
What a fine young man. In such complex circumstances. Arthur, isn't it? Arthur Morgan?
Who are you?
Yes, Arthur Morgan. Vanderlyn's most trusted associate.
You people venerate savagery, and you will die. Savagely. All of you.
Oh, we're all gonna die, Agent.
Some of us sooner than others. Good day, Mr. Morgan.
We go straight back to camp to tell Dutch what happened, and this is his answer.
Well, what do we do now? I say we do nothing.
Which might turn out to be a mistake, because this man that we've been robbing the whole time, Cornwall, tracks us down in Valentine.
My name is Leviticus Cornwall. I am not a man to be messed with by the likes of you.
After so, we have to fight our way throughout Valentine to make our escape, fighting Cornwall's men as well as the sheriffs, to get to the end of town and make our escape, leaving us one more thing to do before we move camp. And unfortunately, that's to release Micah for prison.
You going to get me out of here?
I ain't decided yet.
Real funny.
Oh, I ain't joking, cowpoke.
Unfortunately, against our better judgment, we end up releasing Micah as ordered. Which, you know how this goes now. We end up killing half the town and making our escape back to camp. And whilst back at camp, we get the final mission of Chapter 2, finding a new camp location.
Dewberry Creek, he said. Okay, maybe you and Charles can go take a look.
And that's exactly what we do. We end up clearing out some enemies, as well as getting all the members of the gang to a new camp location, starting Chapter 3, Clements Point. After so, I got a trophy for completing chapter 2. Before jumping into the story of chapter 3, we do some miscellaneous trophies. First of all, we do the Errand Boy trophy, which we deliver 5 item requests to the members of the camp to get a trophy. Shortly after that, we complete the Locked and Loaded trophy for customising one of our weapons fully. In chapter 3, the main plot of the story is the two families in Rhodes, the Braithwaites and the Greys. Our plan is to work for both families, to put them against each other, to find the ancient gold that's supposedly in the state.
The whole town is trapped in this interminable feud between the two families. His lot, Greys, and Braithwaites.
Interesting.
For doing some jobs for both families, we start off with the Greys. He puts us on to the Braithwaites' moonshine stills, which we destroy, as well as stealing the Braithwaites' horses. After so, we make connections with the Braithwaite family, and after returning the moonshine that we stole from them, they order us to give it out for free at the Grey's Saloon, which causes a commotion. After that, we burn down the Grey's tobacco farms, causing tension between the two families. In the middle or so, we've still got the feud with the O'Driscolls, and Micah comes up with a plan to cause some peace between the two families. We get Colm and Dutch to meet in open space whilst we cover them, and it goes exactly how you think.
What are we doing here? Go home. Is this thing over?
Turns out the full thing was just a plot to capture Arthur in hopes the gang would follow suit and find them.
Grab all of you, hang you, and disappear.
Knowing this, we have to make a great escape. We somehow manage to get out underneath the basement, sneak away on the horse. After finally getting far enough away, we trust the horse can get us back to camp.
You'll be okay, Mr. Morgan. You're home.
After a few weeks of rest, we're back in action, and it turns out Bill has organised a job with the Greys. It doesn't seem right.
Hey, hold up. This don't feel right.
Now it don't feel right. I could have told you.
After stupidly walking into an ambush, we have to defend ourselves in the town of Rhodes. After that, we go straight after the sheriff, which is the head of the Greys. Straight after that, we head back to camp, and it turns out we've got another problem. As the Braithwaites retaliate, it turns out we've taken Jack.
Where's my goddamn son? Where is he? Where's my son? They took him, didn't they? They took my son.
Who took him?
We think the Braithwaite woman took him.
The mission that follows seems to be the most pleasantly aesthetic mission in the game. We march straight into Braithwaite Manor to find out where Jack is. After taking out all the Braithwaite's guards, we also take out 2 of her sons and find her hiding in a closet, and we're looking for answers to where Jack is and if he's harmed.
You want me to kill you too, old woman?
You bastards!
Where's the boy?
My sons gave him to Angelo Bronte. So my guess is Saint Denis. Either there or on the boat to Italy.
Let's go. Arthur, come on. What are we doing with her? Leave her.
I told you she was crazy.
Right after that massacre, we get back to camp, and it turns out that's not the only problem we have.
Hey, Dutch, we got a problem.
Not a problem. Visitors. I don't want to kill all these folk, Dutch. Just you.
I have an appointment to keep with.
What now?
We get out of here. And quick.
We do exactly as Dutch asks. We take off to find a new spot, but whilst doing so, we end up getting level 4 bonding with a horse and get another trophy. After clearing out the squatters that were in the house, we've got a new spot for the next chapter.
Welcome home, all of you, to my humble abode.
Shortly after, we take a ride into Saint Denis to see if we can find out about Angelo Bronte, starting a new chapter. As soon as we went into Saint Denis, we end up getting robbed, but we also find the place of Bronte.
Bronte?
At home, Avian Street opposite the park.
We get right back to Dutch and tell him the news. And soon as he does that, he organises a meeting with Angelo, who tells us to do one simple mission and we'll get Jack back.
Should I be out of pocket over a misunderstanding? Of course I know you would not want that, huh?
Which we end up doing, and we get Jack back safe to Abigail. Shortly after that, we got another trophy for looting 250 from dead bodies. As well as that, we complete our last companion mission for the camp and get another missable trophy. Right after that, we complete another missable trophy, breaking and entering to get another missable trophy. In the meeting with Angelo, he ends up inviting us to a party, which Dutch sees an opportunity to see where the money is going in Saint Denis.
Real one, honey, but not yet.
A city bag.
Maybe. And a stuffed one.
And I heard about a high-stakes poker game.
But whilst at the party, Angelo tells us about a personal tip of his own.
Well, there's money at the trolley station. They keep a lot of cash there in the day. Now,
Whilst back at camp, us and Dutch try and find a solution to get all the money, but it turns out someone finds us first.
What the hell have they done to me?
Look, there in the tree line.
Everybody take cover! O'Driscoll boys are coming!
It turns out the O'Driscolls have found us first, killed Kieran, and tried to take out the rest of the camp members. Whilst defending the house, we found out Sadie is the baddest ass out of all of us, but after a while we end up driving the O'Driscolls out of camp.
Cowards!
Everyone in camp seems to be safe, but unfortunately we can't say the same for Kieran. Shortly after, we end up meeting a man we met at the party, Mr. Miller, who tells us about a problem that the Native American are having.
Say, can you steal things?
Is there a reason you're asking me to incriminate myself, Mr. Miller?
Well, I'm sorry. Have you met? This is Rains Fall, a great chief, and his son, Eagle Flies.
Gentlemen?
After hearing the problem, we decide to help, but not right away. We'll come back to that later in the chapter. But right now, we're acting on one of the tips we heard at the party, and we've got a riverboat to rob. The idea is to get into the safe and steal the money by winning big at the poker game.
Why, I got a watch. Look at you. An expensive one. Real fine.
After winning the last hand, we get marched right up to the safe and end up looting it fully.
Take his gun, Arthur.
I guess you were right. Only an idiot would give a greaser a gun. Idiot, huh?
Shit, let's hope no one heard that. Quick, clear the safe, let's get out of here.
There he is! Shoot that man!
Come on, Arthur! We gotta get out of here!
Of course, like everything else in this game, it goes suddenly wrong and we've got to make a grand escape by jumping over the edge. Shortly after, we act on a tip that Angelo gave us and rob the trolley station.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a robbery. Behave as I tell you. In there, he told us there was. Look again.
There's no stacks. A few dollars in coins, that's it.
Damn! We got a problem. There's a ton of cops out there.
Come on now! We got you surrounded!
That greasy son of a bitch, he set us up.
After getting set up, we end up making a grand escape on the trolley, but of course that ends up crashing too. After the crash, we do escape Saint Denis, but it turns out it was just for $15.
Oh, and a quarter. Don't forget the quarter. Shut up, Arthur.
After that, we go and finally meet Eagle Flies to sneak into the oil company.
His name is Danbury. There's the files in the office above the refinery room.
We have to sneak into the refinery without being spotted, so we jump in the back of the wagon. After so, we make our way up to the office.
You must be Danbury.
We end up having to negotiate with Danbury to give us a file, but after so, we make a quick escape and get caught. Thankfully, Eagle Flies was watching. We somehow manage to escape and give Eagle Flies the files and go in our separate ways. We get right back to camp and Dutch tells us about his plans on getting back at Angelo, but Hosea disagrees.
Angelo Bronte stands between us and our future. You'll damn us all.
We end up sneaking into Angelo's compound, killing all his guards and sweeping his house. After a wee while, we end up finding Angelo in his bedroom.
No, name your price. Name your price. Every man have a price. Eh? Okay, okay. No, I surrender. I surrender.
Should we kill him? Nah, let's take him to Dutch.
For the first time in the game, we finally get to see Dutch crack a little.
Jesus. Part of your philosophy books cover feeding a fella. Good goddamn alligator, Dutch.
Part that covers weakness. That part.
I don't know.
Well, I do. It ain't nice. I know it. But it is us or him.
Straight after that mission, we get right back to camp and get dressed for robbing the big bank of Lemoy.
6 weeks we're living life anew in a tropical idyll, spending the last of our days as banana farmers.
The plan is to wait for Hosea to make the distraction and go straight into the bank. We end up looting the safe the best we can, but of course, like everything else, nothing goes to plan.
Dutch! Get out here! Get out here now!
Someone must have squealed.
Never should have gone after Bronte, Dutch. Come on!
No! God damn it!
After watching Hosea die, we have to make a grand escape by blowing the wall with dynamite. After so, we make an escape onto the rooftops to find out John has been captured as well.
We lost John. Killed? Arrested? I couldn't help. Well, we better go. We'll be next.
Unfortunately, the deaths don't stop there, as young Lenny is next to go.
Lenny, he's dead. Oh, God, no!
After that, we make our escape through Saint Denis at the dead of night onto a boat. It ends up taking us to Cuba. But of course, that doesn't go to plan either. It ends up going down in the middle of a storm. We ended up stranded on an island with no chance of escaping and no idea where the gang is. After a short bit of struggling walking, the game lets us know we're in Chapter 5, Guarma. We also got a trophy for completing Chapter 4. After wandering about for a bit, we do finally meet up with the gang.
You're alive.
Not long after that, we do get captured by the military on the island. Luckily for us, there's a local rebellion that allows us to escape and get free. But unfortunately, not everyone in the gang is so lucky and Javier takes a bullet. After escaping to a safe house, we plan to get Javier back and get back home. First things first, we need to go for Javier. For doing that, we pay this old woman to guide us through the caves to Fussar's compound. But whilst doing this, we see Dutch crack again.
You keep killing folk, Dutch. I'm just trying to make sure that some of us survive, Arthur.
Once we've got eyes on Javier, we plan a distraction so we can simply get him out of the compound. Under fire, we simply extract him back to camp. After that, we get back to the stronghold. It turns out Fussar doesn't want us to leave. He puts a Cuban navy on us to make sure we can't get out. Including that and the men, we still somehow get out. Problems don't stop there. Turns out the sea captain for our journey we got captured. We have to go and rescue him, as well as take out the guns around the perimeter. After taking out the guns, we find the sea captain, and it turns out we've got a standoff.
You maggots are going to die.
Here!
After killing his right hand man, we also take out Fussar with a cannon. Shortly after, we set sail for America. We get let off at Van Horn and make our way back to Shady Belle to see if the gang is still about. Whilst doing so, we find a letter from Sadie, but unfortunately the law shows up as well. We sneak past them, make our escape, and finally find the gang in a new location. But unfortunately, Bill asked about too much and it led the Pinkertons right to us. Mr. Milton and his friends join us, try and take out the full gang in its entirety.
Really starting to irritate me.
After a large gunfight had taken out most of the law in the state, we also used the Gatling gun that they brought against them. But this fight also shows the toll is taken on Arthur. After this fight, we actually find out that John's in prison as well.
Will you go
gonna do about John, Dutch?
John,
He's in jail.
look at him.
Please, do something.
It shows evidently we need to move again. Austin Charles, go and find a new place.
You and Charles, you take folks up that way.
And that's exactly what we do. Clear out all the enemies in Beaver Hall to allow the gang to move in. After doing that and getting everyone settled, it turns out Molly has appeared.
I did. I told them.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I told them. I tell them again. Now I've got God's ear.
Told who what?
Mr. Milton and Mr. Ross about the bank robbery.
You.
She knew the rules, Arthur. What the hell is wrong with you?
Allowing us to get to chapter 6 and getting a trophy for completing chapter 5. As soon as we go into chapter 6, we see the reality of Arthur's illness finally hit him.
I mean, what appear to be the symptoms?
Well, I think you've heard them. I'm coughing.
Is there any blood?
Sometimes.
It's not good news.
I guess that.
You got tuberculosis. I'm really sorry for you, son. It's a hell of a thing.
Even though we've just found out we've got TB, we have to get right back to it to find John and Jessica.
Service.
Arthur Morgan.
Well, it's a nice, fresh day for flying, sir.
We hover over the prison grounds to find John doing yard work. After getting spotted, we make our escape, but it turns out Sadie has got herself into some troubles. O'Driscoll's has finally caught up with her, so we've got to defend her. Whilst doing that, she tells us some bad news.
They got Colm, the government. They got Colm O'Driscoll. They're gonna hang him in Saint Denis.
Hang him.
Straight after that, we do the last of Strauss's debt collecting, and we have a change of heart. So whilst doing that, we end up chucking Strauss out the camp, and for doing so, we get a lot of high honour. And since we've got a lot of high honour, we get the highest honour possible and get a trophy for doing so. After so, it's finally time to go after John. We sail all the way to the prison, take the guard hostage to get John back, who isn't doing yard work this time. After getting John back, we make our escape and bring him back to camp, but it's not the welcome he was expecting.
John! What are you doing here?
I win.
But I said that.
Yeah, I know what you said. I felt different.
Is that so?
After that, we meet up with Dutch and Micah to finally go after Cornwall.
I'll tell you what. You give me this ship, $10,000, and safe passage out of here, I'll let you live. I'll do no such thing. You sure? Good. I prefer it this way.
You lost your man! Noise, Arthur! Noise!
After we escape, you get to see the drift between Arthur and Dutch is getting much bigger than we thought.
Figure out what?
The plan.
We get back to camp, and our friend Rains Fall, who we helped earlier on, appears, and Dutch sees an opportunity to use him to his advantage. So we help the Native American horses escape from the army, and Dutch comes up with other plans to use him.
This is exactly the distraction that we need.
Shortly after, Dutch sends us and John on another distraction mission, where we tell John the truth.
You gotta go. Go. Don't look back.
Whilst doing the missions, we run into a few strangers that we've met in the past, and Arthur tells us the truth of how he is feeling. But whilst doing so, we come up to the next mission, where Colm is finally getting to hang. He was planning to escape, but we managed to kill all his guards and take the rest and make them watch. Whilst doing so, we get to see the scaredness on Colm's face.
Colm O'Driscoll, may God, in his infinite wisdom, have mercy upon your soul. Whenever you are ready.
For completing this mission, we get the third time lucky trophy. After that, Sadie finds the last hideout of the O'Driscolls. We get to do the last missable trophy of the story, lending a hand. We have to choose to help Sadie and take out all the O'Driscolls in Hanging Dog Ranch. Doing so, we get to finally see Sadie take revenge for the O'Driscolls killing her husband. Next up, we go for another miscellaneous trophy where we have to spend 5,000 in shops across the world. After doing so, we get the Pony Up trophy. Next mission up, Rainsfall comes to us to help again to go and attack the oil fields. Whilst doing this mission, we get to see the divide in the camp grow even bigger.
Go with them, try and help there, I'm better off alone.
We're riding with you.
Come on then. Yeah!
We finally run into Rainsfall and save his life. Dutch's plan worked, and he finally finds money belonging to the government.
This is it. State bonds.
But whilst making an escape, we finally see Dutch's true plan.
We got one! A white one! Dad? I need help! I need help! You ran away.
Oh, I did no such thing. Don't be a fool. They could be back here any minute.
We take Rainsfall back to his father, but unfortunately he doesn't make it. In this, we see the last of Charles as he elects to stay with Benita Fim. As we get back to camp, Dutch tells us about his last final.
Don't know what you're saying, Dutch, but it seems like I've heard it all before.
Just one more
There's
time.
always a goddamn train. Arthur!
This is different.
We have to jump onto the train in Saint Denis, but the train has different.
Should I just sneak on now?
God damn it.
We do finally catch up with the train and take out all the guards on the train. Whilst doing so, John.
You protect that money!
We manage to get all the army's payroll and finally get off the train before it collapses over the bridge that we blew up earlier.
Jesus. We're alive, just about. Where's John?
I tried. I tried.
He didn't make it. That patrol killed him.
John's supposedly dead, but as you see from half his face, I don't think he believes it for a second. But whilst getting back to camp, we would run into Tilly and
I saved Jack. We did, but they took Abigail.
Who did?
Agent Milton and his men took her to Van Horn.
She's just a girl. They won't do nothing to her. But me and the boys know. We need to keep riding on this one, Dutch. You know it. Every man here knows it.
Just gonna let the boy make an orphan? It ain't like that. What is it like?
I wanna live, cowpoke. You still got the choice, Dutch. It's just a girl.
You're right. Dutch. Micah, it pains me to say it, Arthur, but he's right.
Dutch! Come on, boys.
Come on, Arthur. Let's go get her.
after seeing all the gang's moral code finally go out the window, we say goodbye to Tilly.
We to Copperhead Landing. Abigail and Mrs. Abbott.
Thank you, Arthur.
Judy elects to go in her cell, going through Van Horn, and us in the watchtower, sniping anyone who moves. But unfortunately, like everything else, that doesn't go right, and we have to go in to Van Horn ourselves. After thinking we're in the clear, Agent Milton tells us some truths we've been through.
Calm down, Mr. Morgan. That's quite a cough. Micah Bell?
Molly.
Molly O'Shea? Sweated her a couple of times, never talked a word. Micah Bell. We picked him up when the boys came back from the Caribbean. He's been a good boy ever since.
We finally see a chance to take down Agent Milton, but it turns out we've lost all our strength to TB. After getting away, we finally say goodbye to the girls and need one last ride to tell Doug. And it's finally time for the end bit of the story.
We all need to have a little chat.
Blacklaw, you're back. Hooray.
I just saw Agent Milton, Dutch. Abigail shot her. She's okay. Not that you care too much about that. You rats. All of you. Seems old Micah was pretty close to Milton.
What the hell are you talking about, Compo?
We talked.
That's a goddamn lie.
Dutch.
Dutch, think of the future.
Milton told me.
Dutch!
John?
Left me! Left me to die! My boy. I didn't have a choice. John, I didn't have a choice. Left me!
All of you, you pick your side now because this is over. All them years, Dutch, for this snake.
No, you be quiet, Mr. Bell.
There's Pinkertons coming fast.
Now! Who amongst you is with me? And who is betraying me? Put your guns down! God damn it! Move! You ready, John?
After everything hitting the fan, we make our escape with John. As well as escaping the Pinkertons, we escape the gang. Unfortunately, we get cornered. We have to make a choice, and the rest doesn't need any voiceover to tell the story.
We ain't both gonna make it. Go. Now. I'll hold them up. It would mean a lot to me. Please. There ain't no more time for talk. Go.
Arthur!
Go to your family.
Arthur!
Get the hell out of here and be a goddamn man.
You're my brother.
I know.
I got you now, Black Lung.
Rat! You rat!
I'm a survivor, Black Lung.
God damn you. It is over. Now. Arthur. It's over. I gave you all I had. I did.
Let's go.
We can make it.
Come on, Dutch. Come on! Ah!
After probably the saddest scene in gaming history, it turns out we're not done yet, but we do get a trophy for completing Chapter 6. We get to live through John's story of how he became who he was in Red Dead 1. First of all, we got a job in a ranch and do everything that you think a rancher would, but it turns out his true colours really show. Because of this, Abigail and Jack leaves us. We try to win it back by going to the bank and getting a loan. We buy the land of Beecher's Hope. Whilst coming out the bank, we run into a familiar face, Uncle.
Well, I thought you was dead, boy. Dead.
Uncle?
The very same. Come here.
Like the leech he is, he ends up coming with us.
I'm real sick, John.
Lumbago.
It turns out we got another letter from someone else we know, Sadie Adler.
John Marston.
It's good to see you.
Where we help her out with bounty hunting and get money for our loan.
Where shall I send the money? I ain't been paid yet.
Send on my behalf to West Elizabeth Cooperative Bank in Blackwater.
We also run into another familiar face, Charles, who's fighting in Saint Denis.
I'm alive. So are you.
With Charles and Uncle's help, we end up building a new house for Abigail, something she would actually be proud of.
Gentlemen, to this happy home.
At the end of the mission, we end up writing to Abigail to tell her what we've done, and we end up getting the Trophy Cowboy Builder. After a while of waiting, Abigail and Jack finally return to see the house that we built for them. Whilst they're back, we end up asking Abigail to marry us properly.
Will you marry me?
Get up. I am married to you.
No, I mean proper. In front of God.
Shut up, you silly man, and kiss me.
That brings us to one final mission, where Sadie has some news.
I found him. I found Micah.
No.
I got a lead.
We end up finding one of Micah's men, Cleet, and getting him all the information we need out of him before doing what's deserved. Whilst getting to the area where Micah is supposedly holed up, Charles gets shot by a sniper and Sadie ends up getting stabbed, leaving us just ourselves to finally go after Micah. After searching the full camp, we finally run into the last spot.
Hello, Scarface. Did you miss me?
Not much.
All manner of folk paying social calls.
Hello, son. Mrs. Adler. Been quite a while.
Now, John. Now. What were you saying?
Say something, Dutch. Say something.
I ain't got too much to say no more.
After putting about 9 bullets in Micah's head, he somehow walks away and finally does what everyone wanted him to do at the start and die.
Thank you.
Not only do we get to see Micah get killed, we get all the money that Dutch has kept from us the whole story. Leading us to get our last trophy for completing the full story. We're going to finish 100% in the rest of the story, as well as all the online trophies. We're going to start with the missions and events part of 100%. That brings us to meeting Marko Drakovic, one of the stranger missions in the game. We have to find out what finally happens to him to get another trophy. We help him with a lot of his science projects, as well as creating the first robot in the world. After witnessing it, we go back to find the Professor dead. After picking up his lantern, we get a trophy. After also doing the request of Jim Boy Calloway, finally killing him, we get all our 10 stranger missions needed.
Shit! Shit indeed.
Next up is the bounties. We need to do 5 bounties altogether. We've already done one for the story, we just need to complete 4. After capturing 4 bounties, finally get all 5 bounties for the missions and events.
You're going to die! Damn you, Colin!
And the last thing we need to do for missions and events is gang hideouts. We go straight up to one of my favourite ones from the first Red Dead, Fort Mercer. After clearing it out, we complete missions and events for 100%. Next up, it's miscellaneous parts of 100%, shacks, legendary animals, table games, that kind of stuff. We start off in the shacks. All we need to do is go into Discover 1 on the map, discover the secret behind the house. After doing so, and reading the letter, we complete the shack. Right after that, we end up hunting down 5 legendary animals, which are needed for trinkets anyway. That definitely helped us later on in the story. After killing and skinning them all, we've done that part as well. Next up is the table games, and we need one of these for the stories anyway. We need to play all 4 for a trophy. So after sitting down to blackjack for the first time in the game, we get a trophy playing all 4 table games.
Bets are over. Time to start.
After that, we go to one of the hotels and have a bath for the first time in the game, which is well needed, as well as going to a theatre to watch a show. Don't need to watch it all, thankfully.
Thank you.
Straight after that, we need to craft 1 item from each category for the crafting menu. All we need to do is a horse. To make some horse medicine for that. We also got a trophy for crafting 30 items from the crafting menu, completing the miscellaneous. Next up on the checklist is the collectibles. Definitely the longest and most tedious part. We're going to start off with the graves. Of course, there's a trophy related to this as well. So we find all 9 graves of our fallen gang members, including Arthur's, to get the trophy. Paying respects. Next up is the cigarette cards. These ones are quite easy, especially at the end of the game. You can just constantly buy premium cigarettes to get the cards you don't have. By doing this for a straight hour, we send all the card collections away and get a trophy for completing our first collectibles strand. After that, we go for the dinosaur bones. We're going to meet this old paleontologist who goes out to prove there was such a dinosaur in West Elizabeth. We help her on a quest, helping and delivering dinosaur bones locations, sending them all in the post to her, finding out what she has created. After doing so, we complete another strand.
Here, just as I thought. Totalosaurus West Elizabethus.
See, I'm
After the dinosaur bones, we help this man called Francis, who is believed to be a time traveller looking for these rock carvings. We have to go out to the world and find 10 rock carvings. After doing so, we post the locations to Francis and go back to him to find out what he needs them for.
What was your name?
It ain't important. Excuse me.
After that, we go straight for the dream captures. There's 20 of these around the map, hanging on each tree. We have to go around and find each one of them. After doing so, we've drawn each location on our map. Discover there's a hidden secret in one of them. Whilst finding a cave with all these paintings on it, we get an ancient arrowhead, complete another strand. Next up is a hunting request. These are most tedious things in the game. We have to hunt down animals and get perfect pelts from each of them. Could be birds, could be badgers, could be skunks, but it took me a while. After sending the last of the requests back to its sender, complete the collectible strand and find out why the women need them, also getting a present.
It's my life work, dearie. After all, we did this together. You and I are...
Whilst receiving this squirrel, it opens up another trophy for us. We have to keep placing us back on the mantelpiece, and Abigail keeps hiding it. After finding it 5 times, we get a trophy.
Oh, that's what they call it.
After waiting a day and finding the squirrel each time round Beach's Hope, she finally hides it on top of a mountain near Strawboy. After collecting it, we finally get a trophy. Finally almost finished 100%, but we've still got the longest bit to go, and that's the challenges. 9 different types of challenges, but we're going to start with the Explorer first. Simply the easiest one. All you need to do is go around the map, find other maps for the treasure. To find the 3 maps of each kind lead you to the final destination of a treasure. This is the last one we're picking up, leading us to level 10 of the Explorer. Next up is a survivalist challenge. A lot of this is to do with fishing, crafting, and that kind of sort. We've done some of it already. First of all, we've got to catch a fish on a track, as well as in a boat, which was easy enough. Straight after that, we have to kill 5 animals eating dead carcasses. Most of these were birds, feeding off alligators. After getting a 5th one, we complete that challenge. Challenge 7 is to get 8 kills in a row using small game animals. It's pretty easy enough for birds and turkeys about. Maybe took 2 or 3 attempts. We got it. Challenge 8 was for crafting certain types of dynamite, tomahawks and throwing knives, which we had all the stuff for apart from an owl. That was easy enough to complete. Challenge 9 was to catch a fish that weighed 18 pounds. Thankfully we need to do this for catching all the legendary fish. We meet this guy, he's a legendary fisher, who sends us off a quest, catch all the legendary fish, send them to him. We do that straight away, catching our first one, they're sent to me. We'll get a trophy for catching such a big fish. The last challenge is pretty easy too. All it'll cost me is a new horse. All we need to do is capture 1 of each fish in the game. This will go nicely since we need to capture all the legendary fish as well. Bring it back to the fisherman. For anyone wondering, this is what happens to the fisherman at the end of the quest.
My God.
Next up is the herbalist. It's the same survivalist just with the plants. We need to pick any plants on the list as well as crafting items with the plants that we pick. Start off, we need to feed 5 mushrooms to a horse. Doesn't matter what type of mushroom, be 5 of the same type. That's exactly what we do. Next up, we need to craft 9 items using tobacco. Luckily, we had enough tobacco for that, and we make 9 snake oils. After that, we need to collect 15 herbs, all different types. And after that, we need to craft and use 5 special miracle tonics. 30 of budrock root, yarrow, and some other plant. Can't mind what it was. After that, we need to craft 6 poisonous weapons. We go with our throwing knives. All we need is an Orlando. Craft 6 poison throwing knives. Next up, we need to collect 1 of every herb in the game. And that is as tedious and as long as it sounds. But here's us collecting our last plant for the challenge. And for the last part, all we need to do is season and cook all types of meat in the game. Simple enough. All we were missing was a crab, and after doing that and cooking it seasoned, we complete the herbalist. For the next challenge we go for is the Horseman challenge. Most of it's pretty simple. All we need to do is travel from place to place in a certain amount of time, such as demonstrated here, going from Valentine to Rhodes in under 5 minutes. Next up, we have to drag a victim 3,300 yards, or meters, I think it was. After doing that, on to the next challenge, which is trampling 5 animals, which is easy enough in the Lemoyne area. Next up is another time challenge, going from Strawberry to St. Denis in under 5 minutes without touching water. Which is easy enough again, as long as you set out your plan. After doing so, that was easy enough for the first attempt. 7th challenge, to kill 7 enemies without dismounting a horse. Got the Thieves Landing, a lot of enemies there. First 7 enemies killed, so sorry. Horseman 8 challenge is to kill 9 predators. Again, on Lemoyne's was pretty easy with the alligators, not everywhere. Number 9 is to ride from Van Horn to Blackwater in under 17 minutes, without touching any water. This was easy enough, but it did take me 2 attempts because of this. But we do get it in a second attempt and we complete number 9. And the last and final challenge is to break every type of horse in the game. Again, finding them was the hardest part, breaking them was pretty easy. After we get our last one, we've completed the Horseman challenge. Next up is a weapon expert challenge. It's mainly killing people in a certain amount of time with a certain weapon. First of all, killing 3 enemies in 10 seconds with throwing knives. Again, pretty easily when they're clustered up like this. Number 3 is to kill 3 birds of prey only using tomahawks. Again, finding them is the hardest part. But we do get a cluster of birds of prey in this area near Armadillo, which is easy enough to complete. After that, we have to craft 10 special bullets for the shotgun and get 10 kills for the 4th challenge. And for the 5th challenge, we need to kill 5 mounted enemies with throwing knives. It's easy enough to get a stranger riled up, get them shooting at you, then kill them. For challenge 6, all we need to do is kill 4 enemies with 1 stick of dynamite. This is very easily done with the KKK members. Check in the middle of them, I will kill more than 4 of them. Plus, it's satisfying. Challenge 7 is to kill 4 enemies in a row with the same tomahawk. It's a little bit more challenging. If you take your time, especially around Fort Mercer, it's easy enough to complete. Challenge 8 is to kill 15 enemies with a long barreled sidearm. Again, easy enough to do. Challenge 9 is to kill 9 enemies that are unaware with a bow. This is a little bit more challenging, we have to go into a mission for this. It's one where you and Charles save eagle flies. A lot of them are set up for you. After doing that, we had to kill a grizzly bear with only throwing knives. It's quite easy, just using poisoned throwing knife. Get some to lie down, then you can just kill them from there without any damage. That completes Weapon Expert. Next up is the Gambler. Definitely the worst set of challenges in the full game, because it is purely luck based. First of all, we have to win a certain amount of hands, doubling down. It's easy enough to do with blackjack. After that, we have to win 3 games of 5 finger fillet. Again, you can just set it back to the easiest. Remember, do a simple selection. After doing that 3 times, we pass challenge 3. Challenge 4 is to bust out 1 poker opponent. Again, I don't know what I'm doing with poker, I just go all in and hope I win. It seemed to work. Took a few attempts, but I finally did it. After that, challenge 5. I have to win 3 rounds of dominoes without drawing any tails. If you know what you're doing with dominoes, quite simple, again is luck based. You don't know what the other opponent has. After a few attempts, that was complete too. Next up, we have to beat the dealer in each place. It's easy enough, there's only 2 or 3 places, just one a hand. More about travelling to where they are. Challenge 7, I have to beat every member in every location. Sorry, 1 member in each location. 5 finger fillet. Again, just make sure someone spawns there is the hardest part. This could be a lot challenging, but I found the easy method. If you're losing, just leave the table and go back in. This only took about half an hour. Yeah, I've seen people taking at least 4 hours for this. The next one, challenge 9, was definitely the hardest. I don't mind dominoes, but I had to play dominoes for about 3 hours to get 3 wins. It's purely luck based, and yeah, I was very close to quitting here, to be truthful. But it brings us to the last challenge. We have to win 3 hands of poker, which sounds hard enough, but if you go to Saint Denis, I went all in 3 times in a row, and every single member at the table folded for every single attempt, making this a lot easier than it needs to be. After that, we complete all the Gambler challenges.
I'm just putting on an exhibition. If you'll excuse me. Good game.
Our second last challenge bracket is Sharp Shooter. All about how accurate you are with your weapons. First of all, we need to kill 5 birds on a train, as the signals not getting the cops on us on the train. Next up, we have to kill an enemy with a tomahawk 8 feet away. Again, just judging the feet is the hardest bit, but once you get it, simple enough. Challenge 5 is to kill 8 enemies without reloading. Easy enough to do with the Evans repeater. It's got 27 bullets, or 32 I think it is. Just go around killing animals. Pretty humane, but it gets the job done. This was quite hard to judge as well, 660 feet. With a long scope rifle, I have to go on to the top. One on the mountains near Fort Mercer, I can hardly see anyone. If the red dot wasn't there, I wouldn't even know anyone was there. But we do get the challenge after about 5 attempts. Next up was probably the easiest one, get 7 headshots in a row. doing the gold medals for the story has really trained me for this with the Deadeye. One attempt, it's not hard at all. Challenge 8 is to disarm 3 enemies without reloading. It's a little trickier, but with good accuracy, we get this in a few attempts. Next up is to get 3 people's hats off with the same Deadeye. If you're using the shotgun with a distance, it doesn't kill them, just shoots a hat off. It's a lot easier. I did have to look this one up, but it definitely works. For the 10th and final challenge of the sharpshooter, we need to kill 3 flying buds with 3 shots in a row. Long scope rifle. See in this video right now, technically took me 2 attempts, and that's even with Deadeye. Can be a little bit tricky. If you keep going at it, you'll get it. Last and the final challenge is Bandit. Everyone says this is a favourite because they get to kill people and all that without having to worry about the honour. I found it very repetitive. First of all, we have to rob 5 townsfolk to get in the last one. We get challenge 1. Challenge 2, we have to rob 2 coaches or return them with stolen coaches.
Well,
Emerald Ranch, we do that instead, it's a lot easier.
Don't spend it all at once.
After delivering our second one, we'll complete that challenge as well. For challenge 3, all we need to do is rob 3 cash registers of 4 shops in one day. Again, if you plan out your route, it's easy enough to do.
Real kind. Thank you. I'm gonna close this shop. I've had enough.
After completing the last shop of the 4, we get the challenge 4 and rob any 3 coaches or return them in one day. Again, we go with stealing them and returning them, it's a lot easier. Complete challenge 4 after doing that, and challenge 5 is to amass 250 bounty in one state. Now we've already done this in Lemoyne for the future trophy, so that just pops straight away. Here's proof of it being in Saint Denis, Lemoyne. Challenge 6 is to steal 5 horses and sell them to the horse fence. Again, quite easy, but it's very tedious. After delivering all 5 horses, we need to rob $50 worth of cash from townsfolk or travellers. The easiest way to do this is Armadillo. There's no sheriff there at all. You can just walk about and rob people at the most. For some reason it seemed like women had more on them, so I tried to concentrate on them. After doing that for about half an hour, complete challenge 7. Challenge 8 is to steal 7 wagons and sell them to the fence. Again, one of the challenges has to do with stealing wagons. This is why I didn't like this challenge bracket.
Let's go.
Number 9 is to hog tie someone 3 times and put them on train tracks. Again, Armadillo was the best place for that. No sheriffs do that in a winner. Challenge 10 and challenge 10 is to rob a train without getting caught 5 times in a row. Again, this is very, very easy. All you need to do is go up and open a cabinet, or go up and steal a can of peaches or peas or whatever it was, vegetables. After doing that, we complete all the challenges and we've only got one thing left for 100%. And that one thing we needed was to reach max health, Deadeye and stamina. And all we need to do for that is to buy the challenge loadouts from the trapper, whether it be a holster, a bandolier, doesn't matter what it is, as long as we punch them all, we increase our Deadeye for stamina or health. After doing so, we get the Best in the West trophy and 100% of the game. But we've still got a lot of trophies still to do in Stoneymud.
Guess we're just about done, my friend. Okay.
First of all, we go to complete 10 Stranger mission strands from start to finish to get the Western Stranger trophy. Decide to help out these brothers in their quest to impress this lady right here by shooting off bottles from my head, punching them as hard as we can, and also helping them by pushing them down the waterfall a case of barrels. After doing so, we discover how stupid they've been to try and impress this lady, although it was fun to watch. But we finally complete the boys' Stranger missions. And after doing so, we get a Western Stranger trophy. Next up is 2 trophies in one, the Skin Deep and the Zoology trophies. For studying and skinning every animal in the game. Now this was just a clear up because we had done most of them already. To get the Timber Wolf, we get the Zoology trophy. Thought both were supposed to pop at the same time, but it turns out we missed a few. So we have to get some proghorns and some deer to get the Skin Deep trophy. Straight after that, we finally go for the 250 bounty trophy. We'll have to get $250 bounty in each state. As stated before in the challenges, we've already got one state completed, so all we really needed to do to get the bountiful trophy is to get another 250 bounties in the rest. Shooting up each place possible, it's quite enjoyable. Go away and sleep for 3 days. Or travel for 3 days, and to pass the time. Here's proof that we've got them in each state, and whilst travelling, the trophy pops. Next up is probably the weirdest trophy of the game. We have to survive 18 bear attacks, kill the bear each time in the story mode it says. We have to let the bear attack us before defending ourselves, stabbing them in the chest and shooting them when we get the chance. The hardest thing for this was finding the bears. There was one good spot up by the ranch that we were in the prologue. After killing the last bear, we get a Grin and Bear trophy. Now our last and final trophy for the story was a gold medals trophy. As I said in part 1, I was trying to get as many gold medals as possible whilst playing through the story. We did only have 55 or such, so we still had to get some. After going through for a few hours and playing the stories over again, we finally get a last gold medal with Gold Rush trophy. And now we're ready to move on to the dreaded online part of a trophy hunt. In this trophy guide, there's 18 trophies for online. And there's no pardon the pun that Red Dead Redemption Online is death. A lot of people complain about it all the time, and after playing it, I can see why. There's not much to do. But to start off, we get a first tutorial, we were introduced to the online and how we got to where we are. After going through the whole tutorial, learning the trades, learning about the camps, learning about everything possible, the missions that are included, we finally got to dress ourselves in the cheapest stuff possible. We've done a few missions that we needed to do for the tutorial, killing some random people, Found some treasure, which is part of the online 2 every 5 missions, as well as getting our first horse. Finally, complete the tutorial after about an hour and a half of unnecessary gameplay, and get a trophy, the first one of online, Break It. Next up, online we had done a little simple one, which was the butcher one. We had to sell 20 items to the butcher, so we went around collecting as much animal parts as possible, sell them all to the first butcher. Let me see.
Speak to the other clerk.
Next up, we tried to do as much stranger missions as possible because we need to complete 10 in total. These can range from escorts to hunting to going and rescuing people. Pretty repetitive, but they're simple enough. But whilst doing these 10 stranger missions, we also reached level 10, which gets us another trophy getting started. Whilst we were in free mode, there was events for free mode, which are just a little side quests, challenges that you can play against other players, fishing, shooting, no matter what it was. We had to complete 5 of them to get the eventful trophy. That was actually quite an enjoyable bit. After doing a stranger mission as well, we also completed a one with a friend. We got the strength in numbers trophy. We also got a guns for hire for completing 10 missions altogether, although it was only 9. But 2 seconds later, we pick up a Angler's Mace flower and get the Pick to Perfection trophy as well, which is picking up 25 herbs. Straight after that, we play a series. Don't know what it is, but we got the trophy for it. And we also missed the Buckle Up trophy, whilst we were checking the trophies at Pop. We don't know what it was for. I think it was for travelling the map. Straight after that, I loaded up my other account to help me out with this, and I stopped another boss's stranger missions by driving a caravan into the water, destroying it completely, getting us another trophy. All's fair. I spent most of my time collecting items for the collector online because that was the most enjoyable part. But whilst doing that, it was also double XP and double money for it. So that actually turned us into level 50 without me even knowing it. So I missed it. It was simple enough. For all this extra money, first thing we do is start Persistent Posse. It's $200, gets us another trophy posse up. Right after that, we go into the stables, buy 5 horses, which gets us another trophy, horses for courses. We end up going to the fence straight after that to buy some split point ammo or plan fit so we can make ammo. Making 25 bullets gets us a non-relegation trophy. As well as that, we get the Master Craftsman trophy for creating 30 items. Also, we buy 5 items for a camp with money. For some reason it doesn't work with gold bars for home comfort. Now this is our last and final trophy, and probably our hardest is the MVP trophy. We have to get the MVP 3 times online. Now initially I thought horse racing was the best way for this, and we did get our first MVP by doing so, but however it was taking too long to get into a game, so we went for this domination type experience. All we really needed to do was sit in the domination spot for the longest, aka the entire game. Nobody else was doing it as well as, you know, they were playing the game. So we've done this twice. We got our last 2 MVPs for the real deal trophy, as well as getting a final trophy, Legend of the West, the Platinum Trophy. And that is it. We finally get the Platinum for Red Dead Redemption 2. This game is definitely my favourite game of all time, even though the online is absolutely shocking. You can see why there's a lot of complaints about it. I wouldn't play it at all if I wasn't going for this trophy. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it, even though it was a very long one. Sorry for the delay of the video. But hopefully you did enjoy. Love to hear your thoughts, and I'll see you again in the next video.